is the dream for the Washington Commanders to land star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson in a trade officially dead. A new report seems to indicate that that is the case. We'll cover that at the top of today's edition of the Commanders Report. And then the Commanders unveiled new alternate uniforms and helmets. I'm going to be breaking down why I love these jerseys, the future of these potential jerseys, making it into a full-time role here with the Washington Commanders, and then maybe a future alternate jersey concept that I would absolutely love to see for the burgundy and gold in the future. So get us started down there in the comments section. Type those HTTCs if you're pumped for the 2025 season to start. We cannot wait to get our preseason watch parties going, training camp coverage. It's all coming up here in just a few short weeks. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button for extensive Commanders coverage all throughout the 2025 season. Okay, so now let's get into the news of the day here, where the People's Insider Ricky on X says that Trey Hendrickson, star pass rusher for the Cincinnati Bengals, is eventually going to sign an extension with the Cincinnati Bengals at some point before the season. He doesn't know when he is going to sign, but there will be no trade. This is the report that Ricky had, the scoop that he had here. I believe it was yesterday. He says, 2 weeks ago, I heard the Bengals and Trey were still far apart. The Bengals give him a deadline in the spring to find a trade, but the team didn't like the offers. That deadline passed, and I doubt he'll be moved. He will be extended. No idea when. Very helpful tweet. Hashtag Who Day. And of course, Who Day is the Cincinnati Bengals moniker there. Now, to be fair, when it comes to Ricky, he's been right on a lot of things. He was right about Jalen Ramsey going to the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers, a lot of different things he has been nails on this offseason. But his track record specifically on Trey Hendrickson in this entire saga has been a little bit spotty, okay? This is what he put out back in March 17th. The Bengals and Trey Hendrickson have been making significant progress on an extension, and an agreement on a new deal could come as early as next week. Again, this is back in March. Also, look for the Bengals to add Tevin Jenkins or Brandon Sheriff in the coming days. Hashtag Who Day, hashtag Rule the Jungle. So with that said, I don't love Washington's chances of getting Trey Hendrickson. I do tend to believe Ricky's scoops here. I believe that he is connected with the Athletes First agency, and that is something that, he has been pretty darn on the money with this entire offseason. Now, like I said, he was spotty with that thing that he put out on Hendrickson earlier this offseason, but I just don't think that the Cincinnati Bengals at this point in time want to trade Trey Hendrickson because they know how important he is for their defense. If they get rid of him for just a draft pick for next year's NFL draft, that defense gets a lot worse, and that defense is already expected to not be very good. Now, the question that you guys should have on your mind, and that I have on my mind surrounding the situation here for the Washington Commanders, is do they wait out the Bengals situation with Hendrickson and kind of just play that out until it's officially official that he's staying in Cincinnati? Or do they just, give up on Trey Hendrickson at this point in time and sign an edge rusher in free agency right now? Because there are some pretty darn good edge rushers that are still available in NFL free agency. Von Miller is somebody that still had a pretty darn good Pro Football Focus grade last year at an 85.5. If you're looking for a true designated pass rusher, he can certainly be that for this defense. Jadeveon Smith also had a pretty decent season last year for the Detroit Lions. Jadeveon Clowney has had some nice production over the last several years. And then Matthew Judon and Preston Smith are some other veteran options that this team could consider if they want to bring in a veteran free agent to fill out the edge rusher room. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. What would you do if you were Commanders GM Adam Peters? Type W if you would wait for Trey Hendrickson and still try to kick the tires trying to trade for him, or would you give up on trading for Trey Hendrickson at this point and just sign a free agent? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section for today's pin combo. And when YouTube throws an ad break here in just a second here, go down there in the comment section. Let me know if you would wait or if you would sign an edge rusher in free agency. And now let's have a little bit of a discussion here about our friends at Fanatics, where right now they have 50% off Commanders hoodies. This is what it looks like right now, guys. If you're looking for a very stylish Commanders hoodie to wear during Commanders game days this year and you want it 50% off, you can go chatsports.com/WAS hoodie. That's all one word, WAS hoodie. You can wear it during Commanders training camp, even though that might get a little bit hot. You can wear that during the colder months. It's absolutely a fantastic design, in my opinion. Mine is already on its way. If you guys want yours, you guys can get 50% off when you use our code today, chatsports.com/WAS hoodie. I'm going to put the link to that in the comments and description of today's show so you guys can get that 50% off your hoodie today. Again, that's chatsports.com/WAS hoodie to order yours today. So now today, the Washington Commanders finally unveiled their new alternate uniforms, and they're calling it the Super Bowl era alternate uniforms. They've got the uniforms with the stripes on the pants, the burgundy pants, and of course they've got the classic stripes on the helmets. Very similar to what the Washington Redskins had in their uniforms back in the day, and they are kind of paying homage to the old team here in Washington. You guys can see the helmet there with the yellow face mask now. You got that great stripe down the middle that is absolutely iconic. You got the big letters and the big names on the back. I really think that this is a clean kind of concept. It reminds me actually a lot of the New York Jets uniforms now, where they got the big letters, they've got clean colors, all these different things, and a really stylish helmet. And this year they're actually going to be having them wear it 3 times this year. This isn't just your normal one and done kind of alternate helmet, guys. They're going to be wearing these uniforms 3 times in front of national audiences this year. Okay, Sunday Night Football, both against the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos this year, and then they're going to be wearing them on Christmas Day versus the Dallas Cowboys as well. So the Washington Commanders, I think the reason why that they're going to be wearing them so much this year, and they're going to be wearing them in front of national audiences, because I think that I could see this being a potential long-term every week uniform and helmet for the Washington Commanders. I think that they want to, wear these uniforms in their kind of biggest audience games, because they want to see not only how the Commanders fans kind of react to this on Twitter and all these different stuff, and how the fans react to it, but also how the NFL reacts to it as well. I certainly see a future where this could be the long-term away jersey for the Washington Commanders, and then next year they could introduce the old burgundy jersey concept for the home games for the Washington Commanders moving forward. And it would also open the door for them to add another alternate helmet if they go away from their current every week uniforms, make these Super Bowl era ones the full times, and then you could maybe go to like an arrow design on the helmet and kind of pay homage to those former alternates that they used to wear here in Washington as well. I would love a future alternate like this, the true burgundy with the arrow on the helmet. I think that is an iconic look, and I think it would be a really sweet alternate look for the Washington Commanders moving forward. But no matter what they do, guys, I actually think that the modern day every week uniforms and even the black alternates that the Commanders wear are awesome. I think that it's one of the more underrated, uniform combos in the National Football League. I think it's right up there with teams like the Los Angeles Chargers, who have a lot of different jersey combinations. Really like the black ones for the nighttime primetime games as well. I think the Commanders have some really, really awesome jerseys, guys. And personally, I think they're one of the more underrated jersey packages in the National Football League today. So let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. How would you grade the new alternate uniforms and helmets for the Washington Commanders this year? I know that they're very popular on Twitter today, so I'm guessing I'm going to see a lot of A's and B's down there in the comment section. But let me know your take down there in the comment section. And also let me know if you want to see these become the full-time, every week uniforms for the Washington Commanders. Now, that'll be it for today's edition of the Commanders Report by Chat Sports. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button, and also type in those real ones down there in the comment section if you made it to the end of today's program. Only the real ones make it to the end of the show, so make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, hail to the Commanders.